What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be doing each AFL team's highest score, which is written down on paper, just so you guys don't have to do it. Why is he looking down so much? I'll be looking at the shooting paper on my lap. And if you can hear that trickling noise in the background, that is rain. I was just playing outside a little minute ago, and then it started pouring down rain. And I was just playing basketball, and it started pouring down rain. And I've got all wet, so my hair's all wet. Like, I'm not in the shower, guys. I'm also a bit sweaty. It's sweaty. Look at the ground. That's my pool. That's the blue stuff. If you can see it, there. That's my pool. I might be making some summer videos. I was going to see in 6-7 months. Okay. Alright. So let's get started on this. I want you guys to all go subscribe to Cardman22. He's going to 30k, and you better go watch his stream from last night because he did 5 boxes. Like, he opened 5 boxes of Apple Coach cards. I was live watching it. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. He pulled a 1 in every case card, so you guys better go check it out. Alright. So let's just get started now. Okay, first up we've got the Adelaide Crows, where they scored 185 points. Now I don't know when they scored this or what year. I know a couple of years when they scored this. I don't know when they scored. A couple when I don't know an oval. I don't know which team against. I just know how many points they scored. So the Adelaide Crows scored 185 points. It was about 10-15 years ago. The Crows actually did. They're good now, they're 7th or 8th or something. But next up we have Brisbane, where they scored 189 points back when they had their 3-peat thing, back when they did that. They scored 189 points. Next up we have Carlton. Carlton being a very good team, winning 16 premierships. They scored only 184 points. Which is not too big, but there's going to be an even bigger shocker because the oldest team in AFL history has pretty much scored almost probably in the bottom 4 lowest high scores ever, so that's pretty big. Now next up we have Collingwood, where they scored 211 points. And I don't know who, probably back in the 1940s when Collingwood won 4 premierships in a row one time. They beat Richmond 3 times in a row and they beat Geelong. Pretty crazy. Next up we have Essendon, where they have scored 208 points. Back in 2011 against the Gold Coast Suns, when the Suns were horrible and they just made like a new team or whatever, they got Essendon scored about I think 15 goals for in the first quarter, 15 goals for 94. So the first quarter ending was 15 goals, 494 to 0 goals, 1. So they literally outscored them by nearly 100 points in the first quarter. And they went on to score about another 100 points. And another 114 points. So mathematical genius. So there you go. And next up we have the Dockers, which is, they're not a very old team, they're 30 years old. 28 to be exact. And they scored only 180 points against West Coast, actually. Pretty strong. Then next up we have the Cats, where the Cats have scored the highest amount of points in AFL history. If you guys can guess the number in 3 seconds, I'll give you nothing. They scored 239 points against Fitzroy, where they beat them by 164 points, which is crazy. This was back when Geelong were making grand finals. They didn't make one last year, but they're definitely not making it this year. Then I reckon they're going to finish 9th this year. And Richmond are going to be 8th, and we're going to win the premiership. Well, no team, I think, has ever won a premiership at 8th position. The lowest premiership win is 7th, where the D's and the Dogs have done it before. Now next up we have the Gold Coast Suns, where they only scored since they are a young team, they've really been in the AFL for just a little bit over a decade. But they scored 148 points against GWS. And then next up we have GWS, and they scored 160 points against the Suns. So a bit of tit for tat there. And the Giants are only about 11 years old in the AFL, so it's pretty crazy. Now next up we have the Hawks, where the Hawks scored 231 points, which is like top 10 in all time, actually. And then here's the shocking one. The D's. They only scored 182 points, and they are the oldest club in AFL history. Can you guys see that? Shut up, Mr. Carman. The guy riding his car. Zoom zoom. Alright, next up we have North Melbourne, where they scored 229 points. Pretty big. Shush, Mr. Carman. They scored 229 points. Or it might be the construction working next door. But they scored 229 points, which is pretty big. That's good. Next up, we put Adelaide, where they not really know come on. They've only been in the AFL for about 25 years. Now, they have scored 188 points over Brisbane, when Brisbane, around from 2010 to like 2018, Brisbane were finishing bottom 4 every year. So, Now, next up, we have Richmond, where they scored 222 points one time. Pretty decently good. Now next up we have the Saints, where they scored 204 points back in 1966, when they won their first premiership. And their only premiership. They've only won one, and they're like very old. They were in the AFL when like the AFL debuted in 1897. They were there. They've only won one premiership, and that was in 1966. Next up we have Sydney, which they are top 3 in AFL history, where they scored 236 points. I don't know who against, but they scored 236 points, which is top 3 in AFL history. Second is Fitzroy, which is Brisbane's old variation, where they scored, how many was it, like 238, and then Geelong kicked one more behind at the final siren to beat them. Pretty good. Pretty good. And now next up we have the Eagles, which the Eagles scoring when the Eagles were really good between 90. Oh my god. This is like a little railing. So, yeah, there's the railings, yeah, you see them? There's literally a spider. There's a literal spider, like right there, from where the end of the paper is. It's behind that thing. Oh my god. It's lowering it. Can you guys see it on camera? No, you can't see it on camera, but it's just lowering down, which is crazy. Oh, if you just look at the very bottom there, you can kind of see it. Oh, I didn't put the phone. Okay, that's actually scary. It's phone right now. Alright, next up, we have the Western Bulldogs, where they scored 213 points. For 10 to 1 premierships. Alright, there you go, so unfortunately finished today. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. I might be posting later today, maybe be posting later today, which might be a footy card battle, my first one in a couple of months since I've been off. Okay, there's nothing. Alright, okay. So I'll see you guys later. Bye!